All right, good morning, class. Let's get started. So today we are going to focus on our legs, as last time we focused on our arms. So, well, not specifically our legs, but lower half of our body. Going to try something new today. And after this cycle of 4 weeks, I want to try to do it a little bit different. I'm going to keep it like we've done it before, where we do the 8 brocades, and in between each 2, we do an exercise. I want to kind of experiment with that next week and just run through the 8 brocades and then do the exercise, and then you guys let me know which way you prefer. But for now, we're just going to keep it the same. So, feet together, right fist, left palm, show courtesy. We're going to start off with our standing meditation. This time, put the hands on the belly and try to feel it moving forward and moving back with each breath. And we're going to move on to the Qigong. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. In. And out. Next one, breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And the closing, breathe in. And down. Shake it out. Start our warm up. Next stretch, up. Down. Up. Down. Right side. Switch. Switch. And switch. Neck rotations. Other direction. And shake it out. And do the waving hands. Last out. Remember, breathe out. Let the hands go back. And go high. And shake it out. Hands up. Tighten the fists. Stretch the fingers. Wrist rotations in. Out. And shoulder rotations forward. Other way. and slap the kidneys. Chest. Center. Hip rotations. And other way. And shake it out. Grab the ball waist turning. Remember the point that was specified last time, to engage the core along with the arms. The arms kind of act like, I guess you could say, as a counterbalance to an extent, but the main thing is getting your core strengthened through this exercise. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. And out. Other direction. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Feet together. Knee rotations. Other direction. Separate the feet. Knee rotations inside circles. Outside. And shake it out. And move on to our ankles. Inside circles. And switch. Outside. of the leg, inside circles. Outside. And shake it out. And slap the left side. Switch. Legs. Lower back. Stomach washing. Top of the head. Warm up the hands. Massage the face, forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Neck. And thyroid glands. Kidneys. And shake it out. All right, now we move on to the 8 brocades. Do our exercises for the legs in between. First one, holding up the sky. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. in, out, in, out. Breathe in, out, in, and out. Next one, number 2, pulling the bow and shooting the arrow. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, breathe in, out, breathe in, and close. Shake it out. So first exercise, we're just going to isolate our stance work. So essentially what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is isolate the stances. After the next set of 2, we're going to learn to walk in them, which we've done, but in the Tai Chi fashion, there's another way to do it that's a little bit complicated. In some ways, it's easier. And then we'll play from there. So we're going to start off holding the horse stance, 5 seconds, and we're going to shift through each of the stances and cycle through it about 3 times. So hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we shift to the front stance and hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now switch sides, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to slide back to the cat stance. Be easy on the back leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then switch other side. And by be easy, I mean it's gonna hurt your back leg. Just be careful with your knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hanging stance. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now back to the horse stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Front stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide back to cat stance and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up to hanging stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, back to the horse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide back to cat. And remember, this foot is pretty light. 3, 2, 1, and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up to hang. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. So hopefully that was fun. Hopefully it didn't hurt too much. And if you did, then the rest of the class is going to be real fun for you. So, number 3, an easy one. Remember where you're stretching and where you're compressing. The arm that's up is the side that's stretching. The arm that's down is the side that's compressing. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe in. Out. The closing, breathe in. And out. That was pressing up and down. Now we move on to number 4, looking back. Remember to open the eyes wide as you look back. This one is to rid fear, anxiety, negative emotions, or at least emotions with a negative connotation. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. And the closing, breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Okay, so walking in stances. As I'm explaining, if you can multitask and watch and stretch at the same time, that'd be great, because your legs are gonna probably feel it. So how do we normally walk in stances? What we usually do is slide back, twist, shift the weight forward, and step. Now we're gonna do, you can do it like that if you want to, but we're still gonna isolate each individual stance. So there's two ways I've learned, well, technically three, but we're gonna focus only on the second way, which is technically the first way that I learned. So we're gonna start off with our favorite horse stance. And what's the best way for me to do this? I'll go this way. So I'm not gonna sit low just so that I have the space. What you can do, turn your foot, very similar to how we turn here. Turn your foot and step through. So if you're here, your foot turns and you step. And that's how it operates. It's pretty simple, but it's the context of holding the stance that's not so fun. Same thing applies to the front stance, which we're only going to focus on those two for now. So you turn and you step. Now, again, this is going to be the best for the sake of stretching and all that, sitting super low. Some of you might not be able to do that. This is fine, so long as you're isolating and you can feel something. If you're not feeling anything, just go a hair lower. And if you want to feel a burn, that's going to build the strength. So how am I going to do this with this space? What I'm going to do is I'm essentially just going to do it in place. Like I can just adjust, but if you can, you want to try and go in a straight line, just stepping that way. And we're only going to do 10. So we're going to go 10 with the horse, 10 with the front stance, and then we move on. So with that said, let's get started. I guess I'll start with here. And again, with these exercises, you can keep your hands here. You can keep your hands by your waist, or you can keep them here. Whatever you think works best for you. Since this is a Tai Chi class, for some reason my hands naturally go to my waist. So that's what I do in this class, but feel free to pick your poison. All right, so let's open up to the horse. We're only gonna do 10 steps. Ready? Remember, turn the foot, then step through. 1 and 2. And you would be stepping straight through, not having to like adjust awkwardly like I have to. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And hold that last one for a sec. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Next one, the front stance. Now, the front stance can be a little bit tricky because it's very easy to just want to start walking like a penguin. When you step, you don't want to be open. Very much like in regular Tai Chi walking, you kind of step very close in or even do a slight circle. So when we step this way, you turn, the foot goes in and forward. So you can do this one of two ways. You can do it just like Tai Chi and step and hold. It's just transitioning from one stance to the next, or turn and step straight through. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to step straight through without the extra little procedure here, it's more or less the same thing. But that step, it is going to compromise your balance ever so slightly. Well, depends on you, might be more slightly than not. But it is going to force you to, it's going to challenge your balance. So pick your poison and let's begin. We're going to be going that way. Well, I'm going to be going that way. You go whichever way floats your boat. So starting on whichever side you feel comfortable. This is my left. So I'm going to do 5 the normal Tai Chi way, just for those of you that want to do it that way. And I'll do 5 the other way. So 1. And hold it. Now remember, I'm doing this super high for space. You can sit lower if you feel comfortable. 2. And hold it. 3. 4. And 5. Now I'm going to go back to the other way, which is just turning and stepping 5 times. So this will be 6. And just step. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Wow, not having space is really agitating. And shake it out. So pointers to remember with your stances, and this is going to translate to everything else we do in Tai Chi, in the forms, in practice. With the front stance, and the reason I say this is because when we move on to the form, if we have time, this is going to be relevant. Remember this back, I should have said this earlier, this back leg needs to be locked. So if it's bent in the transition, it's fine in terms of transitioning here. But as you move forward, this needs to straighten up. Now with the horse stance, which we're going to be doing now for number 5, this is no bueno. The knees pushed out. You feel the stretch in the inside of the legs and the lower glutes. All right, number 5. Wagging the tail for the heart and the pericardium. And just take a few seconds, gather yourselves. Not done that before. Some of you may be like, oh my God, my legs. And we're going right into the horse stance again, which is fun. Hopefully you guys are not suffering too much. I hope. All right, let's get to it. Number 5. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. And out. shake it out. All right. Number 6, jolting back for the immune system. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. And shake it out. All right, the next thing we're gonna do a little bit of stretching now in between. And then, because the last thing we're gonna do is our kicks. You don't really wanna kick without stretching. So, right side, if you need something for support, go for it and stretch your quad muscles. And hold. And switch. And other leg, grab the foot and pull up. Stretch the hip and the knee. Try to get the heel of your foot to your belly button, as close to it as you can. And switch. Shake it out. And you can either do this sitting on the floor, like sitting down, bending, stretch forward, or you can do it standing up. Go one leg forward and stretch down. Try to get your fingers to your toes. If that's easy, try to get your forehead to your knee. And switch. And stretch down. and shake it out. All right, going to go straight into the last 2 8 brocades, then we're going to do our kicks. So, number 7, staring at the fist with angry eyes. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Last one. Breathe in. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Last one. Number 8. Rising up with the heels to bring the energy to the crown. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. All right. Now we're going to move on to our kicks. If you need to hold on to something, I suggest you grab a chair. And if not, be close to a wall because we're going to use one. So first things first, we're going to do our front kicks. So this one, you can either hold on. I wouldn't recommend holding onto the chair for this one just so that you can actively work on your balance, but have it beside you just in case. So first one, you put your hands on your hips, or put your hands up. You're gonna hold the foot. We're gonna kick, and we're gonna kick 5 times without putting the foot down, and switch legs. We're gonna do 2 sets. So 2 sets of 5, essentially 10 kicks each side. So pick one leg up, 5 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and shake it out. All right, now we get to our chair, or if you have a flat wall, like not something that has something like this jutting out, that would be great. And now if you are using a chair, make sure it's propped up against the wall, because the last thing you need is for it to slide as you're kicking. I don't think that ends very well for anybody. So what are we doing? Our side kick, we're going to start off with just the stretch. So we've done this before, just going up as high as you can. Now remember, you don't want to just like swing as hard as you can. Gradually build it up. You should feel a tightness here, which is good. You're working your sides. And you'll probably feel a tightness in here, which is normal, which is fine. That's the muscle group that you're developing. Ready? We're going to do same thing as last time, 2 sets of 5. 1. And remember, this foot points to the wall. 2. 3. 4. 5. And switch sides. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Switch. Second set. Ready? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. Ready, switch sides. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, so I want to go over the Tai Chi form. There were other things I had planned for our kicks, but that can wait until next time. We did a couple new things today, so it's fine. So, 24 postures. I hope you guys have been practicing, and I hope you've been trying it with the weights. It's a really painful way to do it, but it's very beneficial, because then it makes doing it without it 10 times easier. So, "24 postures, try to maintain a meditative mindset." And something my teacher told me that, well, he told the class to keep in mind is you want to do your form almost as if you had a teacup on the top of your head. So really just emphasizing proper posture. And the only move that doesn't really apply to is going to be this one, because you have to bend down. But for the most part, you want to try to keep your head up, almost like it's being held up by a wire. So try to get into that meditative mindset, and we begin. All right, and that's time. So I encourage you to keep up with these new methods. Not that they're new, but we've done similar things, but as each thing is introduced, you remember it better and remember to practice it. That's the only way we're going to maximize our benefits. So that said, please practice. Don't forget your form. If you can get that memorized, then you can work on improving it and understanding it better. So next class, we will be detailing the form. Correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say we finished going over how to breathe with the form. So next class, we will be detailing each movement. So again, we're going to take it part by part, but next class, we will be focusing on the form, and the cycle continues. So anything else I need to add? Nope. And feel free to let me know, like if a class like this was too much, or, you know, if it was difficult, it's fine, you know, like it's going to be difficult, that's okay. But if it's, you know, too much on your joints or whatever, let me know so I can make the necessary modifications. Again, I learned from you. So you let me know what you can and can't handle, and then I can make the adjustments accordingly. And if today's class was perfect, then awesome. I'm happy to hope. So with that said, please practice, and I hope to see you all next class. Be together. Right fist, left palm, show courtesy. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Be safe, be healthy. See you next week.